Hello and welcome. How's everyone doing? As you can see now, all the leaves are down. In the last video I shot, it was pretty warm still, so the leaves didn't come down, but now a day it got really cold. It was around -3 degrees Celsius and then everything came down. And now you can see that the trees are colored and almost brown. So today's video is going to be about things you should not cheap out. For example, an SD card, battery or something like that. Because you don't know, or maybe you noticed it or you experienced it, how frustrating it can be when you buy the cheapest SD card from eBay, for example. They're slow, maybe they're corrupted and they don't work well. I got this SD card when I sent in my camera for repair, so maybe the technician forgot it in the camera and I hate it, so I never use it. It's this one. It's, come on, focus. So it's a 4 gig card, yeah, I don't see those anymore, and it's a 4D maybe, yeah, 40 megabits per second, and it's a Cat 8, and the card I have in here is Cat 10 and 120 megabit second read. So yes, maybe this card is pretty old. You're still going to get what I mean. If you get slow cards with modern cameras, you will maybe lose functions like high-speed shooting or something like that, or 120 frames per second in 4K or something like that, because the card is not going to be able to keep up with the camera's write speed. I tried this crappy SD card once and I shot RAW continuously, and then it took around 2 minutes to save them. I was so annoyed because it took so long. I couldn't believe that. So because I did the mistake that my other card was still full. So don't cheap out on SD cards. Get SD cards from reputable brands like SanDisk or Toshiba. Don't buy those weird stuff of eBay that claims it's 1 terabyte for maybe $10, because they don't. They're bad, and maybe they have only 64 gigabyte, and when you shoot and it's full, it's going to overwrite all the other pictures you had. So take some cash into your hand and buy the good stuff, so it's going to hold longer, and then if you lose all your pictures from a shoot, you're going to be frustrated. Don't do that. And then what you should not cheap out on is the tripod. I bought a cheap tripod. I didn't want to spend that much, and this was a mistake. Don't cheap out on the tripod, because it's what holds your camera sturdy, and if there is a light wind gust, well, little wind is gonna fall over because it's so light, or it's gonna break after a short period of time because it's made out of plastic. And if you spend maybe 100 to 200 bucks on a good tripod, you're going to get something way better than something you're going to buy for 17 bucks on Amazon like I did. Mine was a bit more expensive, it was 30 if I'm not mistaken, but get some quality stuff, because then you will be sure that it's going to hold up and you're not going to be disappointed. If you buy ND filters, get some quality stuff. I paid a pretty penny for mine, but now I have them since 4 years, and I'm really happy with those because they're good quality filters. And even with polarizers, if you buy the cheap stuff, it's going to be not that good, because maybe you're going to get plastic glass, or whatever you are getting is lesser quality, because they have to cheapen somewhere if they sell it for cheaper, because the manufacturer wants to make some coin on its side too. If you want not to be frustrated when you shoot, get some quality stuff, because with the battery as well, if they're cooled, you know that lithium-ion batteries tend to drain way faster when it's cold. So if you get some bad batteries, it's going to be frustrating. If you would take 3 good batteries to shoot, or maybe going through 6 or 7 bad ones, in the best case those batteries will not work, and in the worst case they can explode or be hazardous or leak, or something bad could happen. So don't cheap out on the battery, because a camera is really expensive. So even if you get a cheap DSLR, you're still going to spend in the low 400s to then over to thousands and thousands of dollars. So don't cheap out on the battery, because if you break your really expensive gear, you're going to be frustrated, and the OEM or the manufacturer is not going to cover that on the warranty. So I hope you like this little video. Don't forget to subscribe, because a subscription would be amazing. And don't forget to like, so it can spread to more people. See you in the next one.